Classic and contemporary Christian music from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. Solid Rock Radio, WCSR. Live from high atop the Arch in St. Louis, Missouri, and the Oak Island Fishing Pier in Oak Island, North Carolina, it's the Great Speckled Bird Hour.
What a beautiful thought I am thinking concerning a great speckled bird.
Now your hosts for this hour, Ed Bergier and Rob O'Brien. And welcome to Friday the 13th, if you're listening to the live show on Friday.
How does the theme music from Friday the 13th go again? It's not the, I'm thinking Jaws, never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Or Halloween. Halloween I can do.
Halloween, yeah, I don't know Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I can't remember what Halloween is, though.
The,
But happy Friday the 13th.
yeah, it doesn't feel like a Friday the 13th, but I'm glad it's Friday.
Yes.
It is Valentine's Day Eve.
There is a whole lot of things to celebrate this whole week.
There really are. And you know, before we get too far into it, let's introduce, we've got a special guest with us. I would love to say he's in the studio with us, but he's not. He's virtually in the studio.
Virtually, yes.
Joining us for the show, which we've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, but I thought I'd bring him in right away. Please join me in welcoming Robert Peterson and the Crusade. Thank you for being with us today, Robert.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Robert's joining us all the way from Joplin, Missouri. We've got three guys in two different states.
Hey, and Joplin's just down the road.
Yeah, it's on the opposite side of the state from you, buddy.
Get on Route 66 or
I know
44.
my geography. So this is also, we're celebrating the 4th anniversary of the show today.
Yes, we are.
That is well, I should say the reboot of the show.
The 4th anniversary of the reboot.
Yeah, yeah, because we did about 3 years of the show in college. Mm-hmm. School semesters, you know.
And now we have topped that.
We have, yeah. We have far surpassed it. This is show number 112.
Man.
Yeah, so
congratulations.
The anniversary.
Thank you. It's quite an honor and a privilege, to be honest with you.
Makes me remember that old episode of the Flintstones when Barney gathered all the town cops around the piano and they all sang to Fred and Wilma, "Happy anniversary, happy anniversary." Happy. And they kept doing it and it made Fred mad. But
I should have grabbed that and
you could tell where my education came from.
I thought I was the only one that watched the Flintstones.
Oh no.
Oh, I used to watch them too, the Flintstones, the Jetsons, all that. So tomorrow's Valentine's Day. You got special plans for your Valentine?
We're gonna just stay at home and have a meal. We're gonna cook ourselves a meal. Is what we're gonna do.
Okay, yeah, us too. How about you, Robert?
We're making German chocolate cupcakes this afternoon to celebrate early.
Ooh,
Yum.
cool. That sounds really good.
Yes,
that sounds really good.
Now
it was her idea.
That's great. I am doing chocolate souffle tomorrow for dessert. So
we are doing. Well, this is weird because we're doing chocolate volcano cake. For dessert tomorrow.
Now, see, I tried that. I tried that for my wife's birthday. Tried to make them, and they just were real runny. That just didn't turn out very well. Yeah, I didn't have the right ramekins. I didn't have the right ramekins for them, so they honestly didn't bake long enough. I think.
Got to have the right ramekins.
So, have you been watching? You guys been watching the Olympics at all?
Off and on.
Not.
No.
Off and on.
Yeah, me too. I'll tell you what, though, there's something new that I haven't seen before on the downhill skiing, the downhill, the Super G. They've been using drones when they start from the starting. I don't know if they call it the gate or what. When they've got this drone that follows them like halfway down the hill. It is just really cool, really, really awesome.
That accident Lindsey Vonn experience, that was pretty gruesome.
It was.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. I honestly, my opinion, she had no business being out there, especially after injuring her ACL.
That
3 weeks
freaked me
earlier.
out when they said she didn't just injure it, she tore her ACL.
Yeah.
And she's getting back out there. More guts than I have. I don't know.
Yeah,
But the hockey's. I'm excited about the hockey. I love to watch the hockey, and the Blues are well represented on Team Canada. but both USA and Canada won their first game. So,
Oh,
and
okay.
the women's team, the women's hockey team, they're 4-0,
Yeah.
and they have outscored the opponents 20-1.
Whoa.
So go girls, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Excellent.
Yeah, and I especially enjoy the rousing games of curling. That's another one that I watch, and I think I've got it figured out. And then, a stone goes in and one slides out, and they're, oh, that's too bad. I'm like,
what
I
does
thought
that
that was
mean?
good.
Yeah, curling has always been very I'm not there kind of a thing,
See,
It's
it's been icy.
Yeah.
oh,
And a couple of the news anchors or news announcers have tried it. And it's really funny to watch the people that don't know how to do it because they're sliding all over the place and certainly look very unsure of
one of my
themselves.
favorite parts of the coverage now is watching Stanley Tucci just wander around Italy. And he's
Well,
just
he's been
such
doing that
an interesting guy.
Yeah, he's been doing that for a while. He had a show that was really interesting,
Yes.
fascinating, going to different
The
parts
cooking
of
show,
Italy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have Robert Peterson. We didn't really properly introduce him. He is a musician and recording artist extraordinaire and has just recently released a brand new album. Now, some of the songs from the album have come out in the past year,
Yes.
but you've spent some time in the studio up in Minnesota, St. Paul, I believe.
That's correct.
And kind of put an entire album together. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about the album?
Well, I'm really excited about the album. And in fact, it was released February 6th, and it's our debut album. And as you mentioned, several tracks preceded the album's release. And so it was gaining traction for the last 6 months, but we've kept 4 to 5 tracks back, and a brand new one released on February 6th as well, entitled Sometime. And both the album, all the songs, and the new single, of course, are available on your favorite music streaming platform, and we're really excited about it.
So other than in the recording studio, how's your new year been going? You have a good Christmas, good New Year's?
I was prepared to answer that I'd been I'd been in the studio quite busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mind stays there pretty much. But yes, thank you. Wonderful Christmas, wonderful New Year's.
Good, good.
So you are currently a resident of Joplin, Missouri.
Yes.
And where are you from originally?
Born and raised in Iowa, southern Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Hawkeye at heart.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
forgive
You have a
you.
good friend who's a Hawkeye.
There's a couple of us out there.
Timmy, who's on the show from time to time, is a Iowa resident. So yeah,
Is he a Hawkeyes fan? I didn't realize that.
I don't know. He's a Packers fan, and as far as college goes, he didn't grow up there, so
Yeah, I don't know that he's
probably not. No, yeah.
other than he's originally from Michigan, and so me being from Ohio is there's no friction there at all.
Yeah, you guys aren't real fond of each other.
Oh yeah, no, we hate each other. Loved him dearly.
So we're going to hear some music from Robert today.
Yeah, but
And I think that's really the main reason that and we've got all these celebrations going on, but that's the big one. We're excited to hear some Robert's
we
music.
want to talk about his album and his music. We're going to listen to a song of his in the second segment. We're just going to kind of sit here and just chit chat with him for now, and then we'll get into some music, some great music. I might add. It's really good stuff. So how would you describe your musical style? We're talking about music now.
It's quite varied, but it's under the rock and roll umbrella. And some songs fall into the alternative rock, some fall into the indie rock. And I'm happy to say that the band Petra that recently released a new album,
Yes.
this timing was perfect for what I hope to do in the Christian rock world. And I write my songs in more of a spiritual metaphor style. And it seems to be very well received in the mainstream audiences as well as the Christian radio audiences as well. So I'm really excited about that.
So I was reading through the equivalent of what would be liner notes, I suppose, these days. You used to get an album and it had all the liner notes, and you could see the nice album art and everything.
The hard copy,
which now it's you've got a JPEG and a little text. Well, I was reading through some of your notes, and I really like this part. I know in my heart that my music has been inspired by the Lord and desire that He receives praise for any good that it might do or success it might achieve. I was very touched by that, and I appreciate it. And
Thank you. Yes, I meant that with all my heart. There is no doubt that the inspiration came from our Heavenly Father.
yeah, that's great. You can't go wrong with that.
No,
So-
when He's driving the bus, we're gonna go in the right direction.
Every time, whether we think it's
And
the right
everybody-
direction or not, it always is.
Every one of your songs is focused on that, which I think is so cool. Just, really just, we know who's driving the bus. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get on board.
So, how would you, or who would you say are some of your influences in your music? Some artists that would say influence your style, your words, whatever.
I like to, as you would say in true artist fashion, ask the listener who they hear when they hear my music, what artists they might hear. I've heard everything from groups like Joe Walsh, the Edgar Winter Group, King's X, the Black Keys, some modern groups as well, Matchbox 20,
Okay, yeah.
Boston. One of my biggest influences would be the band Boston.
Okay,
But
all right.
they've already done that sound, and so I try not to sound too much like them. I'm trying to do my own original, authentic music, and if it comes out sounding like someone else.
I know Ed's got an opinion on who he thinks you sound like.
Your music so much reminds me of Phil Keaggy.
Yeah, thank you.
Which is just
That's
yeah.
extraordinary. He's
No.
like Jimi Hendrix called him the world's greatest guitar player. So I thank you for that. He's
Definitely
very
here,
progressive.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very progressive. He reminds me of another artist I like named Steve Morris and the Steve Morris Band. Very progressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we certainly appreciate your heart and your inspiration, and your music. I haven't listened to everything on the album yet, but the cuts that I have listened to have just been really good.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, I hope that you can hear the vein of underlying spiritual metaphor that's in there. It's interesting. I kind of have to, since I don't write lyrically in the contemporary Christian methods that you most generally would hear today, I have to kind of go to bat for that it is actually a Christian song, if you can believe that.
Well, it's Friday the 13th and the day before Valentine's Day,
And we're celebrating the 4th anniversary of the show's reboot.
and we've got music from Robert Peterson coming up next.
Rob and Ed will be right back. Don't go away.
Helping your inner circle prepare for emergencies can start in many ways. Put together an emergency kit with WIPOL. Create a family communication plan with your tita. Remind Bai to keep a backup battery charged. It all starts with a simple step, telling those you care about to be ready for the worst. So start a conversation and plan for emergencies together. Get more tips at ready.gov/start. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Solid Rock Hour, heard each weeknight at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, right after New Contemporary Hour, only on Solid Rock Radio, WCSR.
Now back to the show and your hosts, Ed and Rob.
And welcome back. Thanks for being with us. We have a special guest with us helping us celebrate our 4th anniversary of being on the air. Robert Peterson is with us virtually in the studio. It's kind of amusing. I'm in Southeast North Carolina, Ed is in St. Louis, and Robert is in Joplin. And through the magic that is the internet, we're all like we're in the same place at the same
together.
time.
Yes.
Now, when Ed and I first started doing the show, we couldn't see each other. We were just kind of blindly talking to each other, which had its challenges.
Yes, it did.
And now that we can see each other, I'm usually looking someplace else other than Ed.
You've got that great record collection behind you there in the background, and of course your Ohio State seat, your Ohio State chair is right,
and my Great Speckled Bird mug.
Yes, I have mine with me today too.
Sorry,
we'll have to
Robert.
Get Robert one. There you go.
He's got a mug. So I thought we'd take a couple minutes here and maybe talk about the creative process that goes into a recording session when you're, like before the session, going into the session, and how it goes. We can get into some of the deep details later on, but just to give us a kind of an idea how that works.
So yes, the bulk of the creative process happens right here in this room that you're watching me. And it's pretty much a solitary activity. But when I get into the studio, I have a really good idea of the basic track, how I want it to go, what I want it to sound like, where it's headed. But I'm open to the opinions and the performances of the musicians that are with me and my engineer as well. And for example, this new song, Sometime, my nephew, Benji Peterson, was actually the guitarist that aided me with that track as well. And we were looking for a little hook, and we kind of fiddled around with a little melody. I came up with the melody based on what he was playing, and before you know it, it's a little MIDI guitar input sound for our brand new song, and it was very organic. And so I'll give the freedom to the guys to come up with something and that they hear, they can be a part of it as well. And so it doesn't generally sound like it's just everything that I've brought to the table. So
you get
give them the freedom to,
you get some creative input from the musicians too. That's cool.
Yes. I want them to have fun and be a part of the creative process, and they are. And they're paid handsomely. They're paid handsomely for it.
Well, good, as they should.
You do most of your recording in a studio in Minneapolis. How did that come about? Or Minnesota? I'm not sure if it was Minneapolis, but how did that come about?
Yeah, St. Paul, Minnesota. I was living in St. Paul and looked for a studio there. Found one that the guy has become a really good friend of mine, Jack Vonderchek. He is the engineer and the owner of the studio, Tangerine Recordings. And he has a brand new Studio A there in North St. Paul, and where I just came from a few weeks ago.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about that. But first of all, let's listen to one of your songs.
Let's do.
All right. This is There a Message from Robert Peterson and the Crusade on the Great Speckled Bird Hour.
inside? Is there a promise which you can rely? Is there a message bottled up inside of you? Far and wide, let your voice resound. Right on time, let your voice resound. Yours and mine, let your voice
Robert Peterson and the Crusade on the Great Speckled Bird Hour, and we have him in the studio, well, sort of, with us today. So glad to have you with us, Robert. It's such a pleasure.
It is great to be here celebrating your 4th anniversary. I'm very excited for you.
You know, I keep forgetting that that's what we're celebrating.
There are so many things that we're here for today.
Friday the
Keep reminding
13th,
me.
Valentine's Day tomorrow. Of course,
Ash
if you're
Wednesday this next week.
Fat Tuesday is on Tuesday.
That's right, Mardi Gras this weekend too. It's at least here in St. Louis. It's and St. Louis has the second largest Mardi Gras celebration in the country.
And Robert Peterson.
Yes.
Yes.
So, what can you tell us about this song? How did you come up with the title, the words? What's it about? What's the song about?
You know, as I lie there in bed one evening, I couldn't sleep, and I realized that I was feeling unique, that I had this message inside of me, and I wondered if there were other people that had a message that they felt like was inside of them, whether it needed to come out in a form of a song or some artwork or something. And so this song begun to take shape. And so it's kind of a, the title, I knew I couldn't do Message in a Bottle. That was already taken. So,
Yeah, there's that.
The idea that, is there a message? It provokes thought in people's minds that they might have something to offer, something good to give that they've been inspired to do. So that's kind of the basis of the song. And I just really like how it played out. And I got to credit my drummer there as well, Adam Hepner. And we tweaked his drums to create a neat synergy mix between a live kit and a sampled pads. And so we really like how that song turned out.
Now, I should have brought that up before this song because I would have been listening for that. I didn't catch it. What I did catch was the great guitar riff at the beginning, the riff at the beginning. Was that you?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, awesome. And
Thank you.
It boggles my mind, musicians and writing music. I tried to write a little bit of a jingle for the radio station here. It's, one stanza, not even one stanza. It's about 4 bars. And, single notes. There's no harmony or anything to it. It's just single notes. Like, it took me a month to come up with the tune, to figure out what the notes were, and to get them on score. And like that's the extent of my ability. And composers just totally amaze me.
It floors it, doesn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guitar lead riff came out of the blue. Just I knew kind of where I wanted to go, and we just hit record, and that's what we got. And we were happy with it. I was happy with it.
So it came to you in the recording studio.
Yes, it did.
That's awesome. That is really. I wonder how much music out there happens that way.
In my band, in my group of guys, there's quite a bit that happens like that, actually. And I say that I have a general idea what I want, but I give everyone a freedom to explore what they hear as well.
Mm-hmm.
So were there any challenges in recording that track that you can think of or remember?
I mentioned the drums were a little dull sounding to me, and I talked to Jack, my engineer, and we came up with the idea that I wanted to have a sampled cross hybrid. So it's 50% live drums and 50% triggered drums. And it really does well. I liked it. And that's the only song that we did like that.
Well, we got to take another break
More music from our special guest, Robert Peterson and the Crusade.
as we celebrate 4 years on the air again with the Great Speckled Bird Hour.
Hi, it's Robert Peterson and the Crusade, and you're listening to the Great Speckled Bird Hour with Rob and Ed on WCSR Radio.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I pushed through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Larry Norman, Randy Stonehill, Amy Grant, Chuck Girard, Phil Kagi. Listen to all the classic pioneers of contemporary Christian music right here on Solid Rock Radio, WCSR DB in Southport, North Carolina.
Now back to Ed and Rob and the Great Speckled Bird Hour.
Welcome back. Robert Peterson has joined us from Joplin, Missouri, or Missouri, depending on where you live in the state, for our 4th anniversary celebration, which just happens to fall on this day, Friday the 13th.
Okay, I have to interrupt and ask you something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Do people actually say Missouri? Because I lived in Missouri for 5 years and never heard anybody from Missouri say Missouri.
Just in the movies, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's
My
all.
sister says Missouri. One of my sisters says Missouri.
Yeah, in all the years I've been here, I've never said Missouri. It's always been Missouri.
Missouri, yeah.
And then, of course, right across the border from you is Miami, Oklahoma.
That's correct. Done very well.
And that's exactly how they pronounce that.
How far away is that from Nevada?
Nevada?
Yeah.
Well, you got that right, too.
Yeah. I've actually been to Nevada.
Let's not forget Bodark.
Okay, yes, that's correct.
Yeah, I don't know Bodark.
Bodark, Missouri.
Yeah,
Missouri.
Bodark, Missouri.
Yeah. So, Robert, you've been involved with music, I'm guessing, a really large part of your life, correct?
That is correct.
So when did you get the feeling, the urge, the leading to where this was going to be your life?
Well, I have been there and I've been away from it and I've been back again. Most recently, within the last 2 years, I came to a point in my life that I realized I wasn't utilizing that part of my talent and the gift that had been given from the Lord. And it was time to do that. And I have written 25 plus songs in less than 2 years and recorded over a dozen or more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what we're hearing today.
That's
and
awesome.
So yes.
Excellent. And as far as musical training, where did you pick up? Because I know people, I have relatives who are just musical people and they can pick up anything and within a short amount of time master it.
My son is like that.
Yeah, my son-in-law is like that. How was the process for you?
I'm the youngest sibling of 5. And so my older siblings have 2 sisters and 2 brothers, and they were all very much musicians and talented. And we, at one time, had a family type of a band entitled the Peterson Siblings, and we performed as a Route 66 music theater band. We've done some of that. And so, yeah, I kind of came by the drums naturally by virtue of the fact that nobody had picked it up yet. And I really liked the idea of playing the drums. But my brother David taught me most of the guitar riffs and chords that I know and the style that I play. I watched him a lot. And so no formal training at all. In fact, I cannot read music and don't want to. And I like the level of my abilities as they are. And that may be a shame because it could be probably better.
Well, let's listen to another song, shall we? This one, I'm really intrigued with the lyrics in this one. It's called "I'll Die a Little." Robert Peterson in the studio with us today. Robert Peterson and the Crusade on the Great Speckled Bird Hour.
Made my way across town like you knew I would. Doing everything I can not to be misunderstood. It's clear that things are changing. See it in your eyes. But I felt the thunder clap when you didn't realize. And I have to let you know, don't wanna let it go. I'll die a little if you die a little. We'll meet in the middle where everything will be alright. I ain't leaving, you ain't leaving. It's more than a feeling we're after if it takes all night. I can't help but think there's something to save. Looking towards the future, but living in the past. And staring out the window pane, thinking that this too shall pass. It's clear that you're not listening to a word I said. So don't see the headline, and I know what it read. And I have to let you know, don't wanna let it show. I'll die a little if you die a little. We'll meet in the middle where everything will be alright. I ain't leaving, you ain't leaving. It's more than a feeling we're after if it takes all night. I can't help but think there's something to say. I'll die a little if you'll die a little. We'll meet in the middle where everything will be alright. I ain't leaving, you ain't leaving. It's more than a feeling we're after if it takes all night. I'll die a little if you'll die a little. We'll meet in the middle where everything will be alright. I ain't leaving, you ain't leaving. It's more than a feeling we're after if it takes all night.
Robert Peterson and the Crusade on the Great Speckled Bird Hour. And not only is he singing and performing, he's in the studio virtually with us today. We're so happy to have you with us, Robert.
Yes, indeed.
It's been, this is great. This is our second time together. And again, congratulations on 4 years for the Great Speckled Bird Hour. I'm really excited. And we can talk ornithology the rest of the show if you want to.
I forget my wife on the radio for that. Where is she?
You know, it's interesting. We started, you and I started connecting when your first song came out. I don't know how I heard about it, but a distribution company or something sent me a notification of it. And you got notification that I had downloaded it and was going to put it on the air. And you sent me an email directly, and that started it. That was almost a year ago, I think. And we're like old friends now.
We're getting there.
It's a great,
I love it.
great
It's
relationship.
great.
I love it. So
Thank
what
you.
can you tell us about that song that we just heard, I'll Die a Little?
That song was probably one of the earliest songs for this recording, started probably almost 3 years ago. And it's probably the least, dare I say, Christian oriented. It's just more relationship, morally, ethically correct, if you will. And I think kids today, young people, young adults are exposed to a lot. And I want them to be reminded that it's worth, meeting somebody in the middle when you have something that's you don't want to give up, and so, but it takes both sides.
Yeah, it does. Now, I want you to know how talented this guy is. His credits on this song, this track, were lead and rhythm guitars, lead, harmony, and background vocals. Now, you didn't play the drums for this, but you are a drummer, aren't you?
I am originally a drummer, and I'm not bad.
I don't doubt it. I saw you sent us a clip of you playing the drums, and I was blown away. And
Thanks.
and it actually kind of jogged a little bit in my head. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the technical details of doing a recording. You go into the recording studio, you've got the music. I'm guessing you have it in sheet form for your musicians, although you don't read music, so maybe you don't.
Don't.
So what do you just play them the melody and then they pick it up and what they want to do with it, and then
I've sent the rough track ahead so they have it to listen to come up with a part that they might want to add.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then the engineer, I'm assuming, sets the microphones and the direct boxes and whatever to get into the console.
Yes, I pretty much go in. He's got the drums are already set up and mic'd, ready to rumble. Just a few tweaks here or there. If I'm playing the drums on the guitar, I'm very specific about my guitar tone. And I utilize Tom Schultz from the band Boston, created an amplifier and a speaker system that I use 100%. And so I do bring that in tow with me. And it's a little bit of a time to get that set up and get it the sound we want. But you'll notice the varying tones across the songs.
Well, the celebrating continues.
And Robert Peterson and the Crusade has one more track for us coming right up.
Rob and Ed will be right back. Don't go away.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Looking for a radio program that plays the early years of contemporary Christian music? How about a station that plays music that brings back those memories from the early years as a Christian? Songs you thought you'd never hear on the radio again. Okay, how about a 2-hour program filled with them? It's called Streets of Gold, and I'm your host, Lisa Scott. Join me this week as we go back in time to the 70s and 80s on Streets of Gold.
Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern on Solid Rock CSR, where you'll find the best mix of classic and contemporary Christian music. Solid Rock Radio WCSR.
We now return you to the Great Speckled Bird Hour.
And welcome back to the fastest hour on the internet, the Great Speckled Bird Hour. I'm Rob O'Brien. With me is Ed Vergeer in St. Louis and Robert Peterson from Robert Peterson and the Crusade, coming all the way from Joplin,
Missouri.
Missouri. And he's helping us celebrate 4 years on the air with the Great Speckled Bird Hour. It's hard to believe. Now, we did almost 4 years in college together, but we didn't have any musical artists come in and join us. In
No,
fact,
no, we didn't
Robert
tweak
has the privilege of being our first and second musical artist as a special guest on the show. So he was our guinea pig, or we're his guinea pig. I don't know.
Well, it works both ways.
We're making an exclusive engagement for the next time, too.
Yeah, we're already talking about the 5th anniversary.
Yes, we are.
Maybe some surprises up our sleeves. We'll have to see. Yeah, that'd be great.
I love it.
So we were talking a little bit before the break about being in the recording studio, and I have a question. Do you record anything analog at all, or is it all digital these days?
It's strictly digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some analog equipment, but the digital recordings through Pro Tools and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going directly into a DAW then, which would be a digital audio workstation, I think.
Yeah, it's all the software package from Pro Tools.
Yeah. That's kind of, I mean, digital is, I'm an analog guy, but, digital's taken over the world, so.
I tell you, it's I do appreciate it, and I have recorded both, and I do admire musicians that record analog strictly. It's you have to have it down, and let me just say it that way. Digital allows us to perfect everything very, very much, and we tweak things all the time. But that's what everybody's doing, so you're set at a standard that you have to do that almost.
Yeah. I just saw something flash across the phone, and have to give a shout out to Paul K. Logsdon, who is listening right now. So
oh, cool. He's getting a sample then. There we go.
I have a contact out of, I think it's British Columbia. The guy repairs and rebuilds reel-to-reel tape decks. And some of the ones he's been working on lately are 24-track, 2-inch tape machines.
Oh,
and
good stuff.
Mastering on those is great, but you still got to edit, and it's a lot easier to edit digitally than it is tape to tape. Well, we got another song coming up, and this is your latest release from the album. This is a song by the title "Sometime."
That's correct.
Robert Peterson and the Crusade on the Great Speckled Bird Hour today with us.
Take you anywhere.
You're listening to the Great Speckled Bird Hour, our 4th anniversary special, and we have special guest Robert Peterson with us in the studio, at least in spirit, because we're really all in separate studios all around the country. But Robert's with us today, Robert Peterson and the Crusade, and the song Sometime from his brand new album, Change Coming On. And we're so happy to have you with us today. Just listening to your music, talking to you, just getting to know each other better. And the music is it's spectacular. I love it. I think most of our listeners will agree. And Rob had a question about a certain instrument that you used on this last song.
It sounded like a synthesizer there in the background.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
it's actually a MIDI guitar, and we were in the mood to experiment. Rob talked MIDI process during the recordings, and yes, I do bring a lot to the table just for the basic track, but allow the musicians to kind of play around, and we did. I came up with a melody with my nephew Benji's help, and he recorded the part on guitar, and it's actually a MIDI line that sounds very synth. But we're
I got to ask you a question about Benji. Where does Benji live? Is he down in where you are, or is he in Minneapolis? Does he travel with you to St. Paul?
Yes,
he does. Okay, wow.
He had traveled, but he lives here as well, and he has his own band that he's a part of, and so I hire him out, if you will, and because he's very talented and we're close, and I gave him all his musical influences.
Excellent.
Good job. Well done.
He took it from there because he's probably the most talented player of all of us, and so he's a great kid.
When you record in St. Paul, how many musicians are actually in the studio?
There's never more than 3 of us.
Okay.
And there's only 4 of us that have been on the recordings: myself, Jack Vonderchek, Adam Hepner, and Benji Peterson.
Okay. In relation to that, when you're recording, do you all perform at the same time and then go back and do the backgrounds and whatever, or are you doing single tracks at a time and multi-tracking, or some of both?
It's generally recorded separately.
Okay.
All my rhythm tracks are laid down to a metronome.
That's what I was going to ask you. You can lay down a click track or whatever. And, see, I know a little bit about this.
You do?
Enough to be dangerous.
Just enough to get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
On that song, Sometime, my actual favorite part is the crunch guitar in the rhythm that I can't say how much I like it. It's my favorite tone of all the recordings I've done. It's very layered, and it's very much the style that I wanted to come across with that distorted tone.
Well, it's a good track, and I think it definitely has the potential to have some good legs on it.
Thank you.
As far as live performances go, have you guys been doing any live performances as Robert Peterson and the Crusade?
Well, I'm going to say not yet.
Okay.
And so we're in some initial discussions.
Excellent.
And probably not with the guys that I record with. They're, with touring may be involved. We hope not, actually, but some live performances. We're kind of scattered out. We're pretty busy, but it's probably going to be me and other individuals that I can hire as sidemen to be the Crusade, if you will. That was my original vision, was to have like a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Robert Peterson and the Crusade. It's become more of a mission of the Crusade than a band. So, but yeah, we will perform live.
So, if somebody wanted to reach out to you to book you, how would they do that?
All our contact information can be found on our website at robertpetersonandthecrusade.com.
Yes.
And where can they hear your music, download it, et cetera? Do you have anything available on vinyl yet?
That's a great question. I'm looking at a company in London that can print to order and print on demand. But yes, any streaming platform you can find us, whether it's Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify is very well. 700 million people listen to Spotify, so you can find us there very easily.
Awesome.
Deezer, yeah.
8 tracks, cassettes, and CDs also, correct?
Everything. Well, hey, it's been our pleasure to have you with us today. Robert. We have to sign off now. I have to get moving along. Daniel Amos is back there singing Sail Me Away. That means we have to go. The fastest hour on the internet.
Hey, thanks again for joining us today, Robert.
Yeah.
Really appreciate
Thanks
it.
so much for having me. Happy 4th anniversary to both of you, Rob and Ed.
Thank you very much, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Is on a dim and distant shore of my life. My love, I heard the pilgrim's call. I saw it was forsaking all. I cried because I knew, yes I knew, it meant my leaving you. But the riches that I gained outweigh the losses that remain in my life. Now, sail me away, sail me away, sail me away. I wanna go sail me away, sail me away. I wanna go sail me away, sail me away. My love, the man is older now, yet wisdom was the guiding light that led him on to foreign lands. Though he's never left your side, and the treasure that I bear is now all I seek to share in my life. Sail me away, sail me away. I wanna go sail me away. I wanna go sail me away. I wanna go
Solid Rock Radio, WCSR DB in Southport, North Carolina. We'll get back to